are live. Uh-oh. Oh, what? You could have left it up. I did that one on purpose. But we are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Blake Rafino. This is Are You Serious Sports. We hope that you guys are making it a good one. We know that we are as well. Huge show in store for you tonight. We do have some amazing news. Let me be careful here, because last time I allegedly reported something, people put words in my mouth and called out my character. Whoa, we're getting to that bullshit tonight. But nevertheless, we do have some good news. We are excited to announce that we are going to be bringing on Chris Hilton as a part of the AYS team, along with the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Really appreciative of Chris and his family, Miss Cindy, Mr. Chris. Absolutely amazing family. Looking forward to bringing Chris on the show. So welcome, good sir, to the AYS team, and we'll be talking to you a lot this offseason and this fall. So congratulations to Chris Hilton on all of his accomplishments before, after, and everything that he will do. Looking forward to getting him on soon. But we do have a Rafino's Rants tonight. If you missed it earlier this morning, apparently my character got called out. We will touch on that. I am not a hack. I'm not irresponsible. I'll tell you why I'm not irresponsible. And maybe, as the good book says, he who have no sin casteth the first stone. Right? But we're not going to play through those games tonight, because you call out my character, you call it's all holds bar from there. Matt McMahon gets KJ Williams, former Murray State power forward center, whatever you want to call him, 6'10", 245 pounds, to commit to LSU basketball today. As it looks like Matt McMahon's doing some really good things in recruiting. Might I say, guys, this team might be pretty good. I don't know if they get to 20 wins. I don't know if they can make a push. I don't know if they're going to get a postseason ban, but certainly we're going to touch on Matt McMahon tonight. The BK Takeover, we'll talk about some recruiting stuff, some things that maybe LSU, that I'm hearing LSU is entertaining, their process for the offseason for the coaching staff, and guys in the future that they're looking to bring in, and their goal for this offseason, and some people that I talked to. LSU and Bama Baseball this weekend. We do have a Bama or an Alabama person in here with us tonight. One of our producers. Give him a round of applause. Pooh Bear. Shout out to Pooh Bear for introducing me to Publix chicken, aka Funeral Chicken. I appreciate that. From the Mobile area, I think 251, if I'm not mistaken, or 215. But it ain't the 281-330-8004. That's exactly what we know. But shout out to Pooh Bear. It is Bama Hate Week. And we missed this on Tuesday because we didn't do a show. Hashtag Ask Blake. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. Doe Beezy sends on YouTube. Tony Weaver says, liar, liar, pants on fire. Apparently so. Father Matthew Abear, Father, I ask for forgiveness for the sins that I'm about to commit. He joins us and he says, spill all the news, Rafino. We will. It'll definitely be the first thing that we talk about. Craig Schilling says, we are live. That we are. Legacy.com says, sup, big bro, what's happening? You know who we hadn't seen in here is Javante. That's for sure. Al Landry says, I love my sources. Congratulations, AYS and Williams, Drake and Williams, on another NIL deal in the books. Yep, we had on Mike Jones Jr. last night. It was absolutely fantastic. Chance Babin says, Baton Rouge Podcast Wars. I didn't start a war. I'm damn sure about to try to finish it. Tomatoes to the 215 or 251. Damn, Pooh. They coming after you, bro. Oh, yes. I see the comments. Oh, Blake, is Tim Tebow haircut Zach back? Yes, he's back. Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. All right, no singing tonight. No singing tonight. But we will be getting after it. We definitely will be getting after it. All right, let's get this thing started, y'all. Everybody do us a favor by hitting the like and share. Share to some Facebook groups. A lot of you currently watching us on Facebook, do us a favor. Hit the like button and hit the share. We greatly appreciate everybody that follows us on AYS Sports Network. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. I feel a giveaway coming. Guys, we do the giveaways, man. I feel another one coming. So you're going to want to subscribe to YouTube, and you're going to want to follow us on Twitter at AYS Sports 2. If you're listening to us on the audio podcast platform, do us a favor and rate, review, and subscribe there as well. All right, let's pay some bills around this thing, and then we'll get started. Done better than our good friends over at betonline.ag, my good pals over at GM Varnado & Sons. Our partners over at BetOnline continue to be the number one source for all of your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? BetOnline is your continued source for all of your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's easy to get started, so head on over to their website, use betonline.ag, use that promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's betonline.ag, betonline.ag. With over 65 years of experience, nobody is better equipped to service in your vehicle than GM Varnado & Sons. RV repair, big rig overhauls, motorhome chassis, routine maintenance, tire rotations, tire sales. No job is too big or too small over at GM. If you break down the side of the road in the greater Baton Rouge area, they will come and get you. And the best thing about that is that they can come and get you, and then they can bring your vehicle back to their shop and start the repairs right then. Again, GM Varnado & Sons. Go see them over at 2500 Fuller Boulevard. Give them a call at 225-664-9992, 225-664-9992. Tell them your good friend Blake Rafino sent you on by. Justin asks on YouTube, any word on Deion Smith? Is he staying at LSU or is he leaving? Justin, I got to be honest, I have no idea. He's not on the active roster. He appears to still be in the transfer portal. Look, I really have no idea. Like, legitimately am unsure. Legitimately just unsure really what he's going to do. Now, if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I really don't know. And I don't mean this in a negative way. Could care less a little bit, right? I saw this too. Pooh Bear and Zach, can y'all do me a favor? Can we verify this? LGZ on YouTube. Zach, is it confirmed? Is that what the thumbs up are for? Okay, so we do have some breaking news here. LGZ has put into the YouTube chat that Miles Frazier, LSU offensive lineman, his brother, just committed to LSU as a grad transfer tight end. Guys, I have to be honest, I do not know a lot about his brother. I will just say, obviously, off the top, it's humongous that you're getting another tight end that hopefully can play, right? Hopefully you can, he can come in and give you significant snaps and significant minutes. We'll find out more about Miles Frazier's brother who just committed just a minute ago. But Zach and Pooh, if you want to find out some info, let me know about him, and we will bring you in at the end of this Rafino's Rants, and we can talk about him. But as of right now, it looks like he's 6'5", 260. He's got some good size for a tight end, man. Really, really good size for a tight end. You add depth there. Okay. I know what you're here for. I know what you're here for. I'm not going to spend too long on this, maybe 5-10 minutes. But if you missed it over the last couple of days, there's been some things out there about Will Wade and some things about him and one of his, I guess you could say now, former players who's in the transfer portal, and Adam Miller. Now, we talked about this last night, but it continues to come up. You have a local podcaster calling me out, so we'll talk about that. But a guy by the name of Colin Post, who is on the staff of TCU's 247, reported, not me, but he reported that Will Wade is trying to persuade former LSU or current, I don't know how you label them in the transfer portal, guard Adam Miller to TCU. So if you missed my tweet behind all of that, I said apparently and or allegedly it is being reported that Will Wade is trying to persuade Adam Miller to go somewhere. Adam Miller quote tweeted it, confirmed that they're talking about it. It's all right there. Says that they're talking about it. If it was true, then shame on Will. But I don't think that let me back up. I was not reporting anything, but that's not what I'm talking about this for, because Mr. Jordy Culotta on the Culotta show or Jordy Culotta show, whatever it is, today in his opening monologue or rant called me out and pretty much called out my character, saying that I'm a hack, irresponsible, trying to get clout or something like that. And I don't know, or forget the producer's name, but he said that I have an axe to grind for Will Wade. Let me just say this. I don't have an axe to grind for Will Wade. The problem with Will Wade is he got caught by the NCAA and by the FBI. Guess what? Wait for it. Breaking the rules. Now, I'm pretty much tired of listening to from people about Will Wade. Oh, Will Wade's innocent. Will Wade this. Will Wade that. Free Will Wade. Guys, he got caught and broke the rules, because the truth is, not only is Will Wade going to face penalty, probably, I would assume, from the NCAA, but there's a good chance and another black cloud that's hanging over LSU and level 1 violations and a lack of institutional control. In no possible way would I or anyone think it's plausible that Will Wade being investigated by the NCAA while they're on campus, investigating other sports, is that even remotely okay? But that's neither really here nor there anymore, because the man's been fired. But my character was called out. Allegedly, I'm a hack and irresponsible. You know what's funny about that is because I went and did some digging on my own. Didn't ask my producers to do it. Didn't ask my team to do it. I went ahead and did it myself. You know what's irresponsible? Especially for someone in media who covers LSU, to say that the coach that is a part of LSU that's being investigated is a witch hunt when it wasn't. Goodness gracious. So wait, aren't you supposed to find something? Isn't that your job? What about when Les Miles and the cover-up and people heard rumblings of what the cover-ups he was doing at LSU football? Guess that's something that we just should overlook too. But, you know, it's funny because when we talk about Will Wade, everybody kind of passes over Ed Orgeron, right? You know, when people, if that tweet would have been about Ed Orgeron, nobody would have really batted an eye. You know, because a similar tweet about Ed Orgeron was sent out before. Not by me, but by another platform's podcast. Ed Orgeron getting in a fight allegedly at a fishing camp. The Lincoln Riley affair. Ed O had a caller call in and talk about his sister being on the front row and for Orgeron not to try to have sex with her because she was a blonde. The FBI wiretap cover-up. The witch hunt. Oh, and by the way, before you even say that Blake was listening to someone at TCU who's a grad student, the last time I checked, when Ed Orgeron was allegedly bringing women on a practice field, players came out in defense of Ed Orgeron, and you believed the players who were the same age as the guy reporting for 247. So you believed Miles Brennan, who quite honestly, and I'm not going to just call out Miles Brennan, but other players, when he wasn't even on the field, when he was hurt and rehabbing, but other players came out and did that. When multiple people were reporting it, a guy that's not there, when Derek Panamsky, your former buddy, was out there telling him to do it. And the way that I know was because he was at the Ed O Coaches show, going up to players and texting players and telling players to do that and say that Ed Orgeron didn't have girlfriends at their practice doing drills. I'm the one that's irresponsible, though, right? Because I'm asking a question. Nobody was fucking reporting anything. If you want to call out my character, dog, come on. Now, Mr. Jordy Collada, I went to your DMs and invited you on the show. You're more than welcome to bring your ass up in here. But the next time you call out my character and call me a hack and irresponsible, you better bring that magic, dog. Because this shit ain't a game to me when you call out character. Let's talk about it. I invited you. Me and Glenn Gilbo have butted heads more than probably anybody. He come on the show. We were cordial. We talked about it. A lot of LSU fans don't like Glenn. Glenn has been nothing but good to me. I'm not going to call out Glenn's character. Neither have I called out your character. Little podcast guy, right? Little podcast guy. Funny, the numbers say something a little bit different. Oh, and by the way, nobody wants to come on your platform to gain clout. You can come here. We can do it in the street. I don't give a good goddamn where it is. So a third party can shoot it and upload it. I don't care. I have said this 1,000 times, and I will continue to say it. To anybody that's doing a podcast, that anybody's doing media, or a fan, your allegiance is not to Will Wade. Your allegiance is to LSU. Because long before I was here, long before you were here, and long after we're dead and gone, more than likely LSU's still going to be here. And I don't find it funny, like I said Monday, when Elias Ricks got placed under arrest in the state of Mississippi for something kind of stupid, if you will, for a little thing of pot, no insurance that they can run through NCIC and figure out if he's got insurance. But everybody's making fun of Elias Ricks. Remember that irresponsibility, right? You want to talk about a kid doing it, though, right? But it's Will Wade, your buddy. This has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with my character. It has everything to do with defending Will Wade, who, quite honestly, if you get a postseason ban, owes you $20 million. You know, this is how I will end this. This is how I will end this. I don't see a good goddamn nobody coming out here calling for Scott Woodward to be fired. Right? Will Wade got fired with cause. Guess who fired him? Scott Woodward did. I would love to see a video of somebody from LSU media calling out Scott Woodward saying, hey, Scott should probably be fired for firing Will Wade and not sticking up for him. Newsflash, everyone, whether you like it or not, Pat Forty was right. Did he go overboard? Did Pat Forty go overboard? Yep. Sure did. He sure did. Did Dick Vitale? No, not really. Talking about my character being a hack and irresponsible, bro. Sounds good to me. Sounds really damn good to me. But when you see me this summer in August, in the dead heat of summer, and we're lining up at the gate to walk into that beautiful Ponderosa and that beautiful grass field, don't say two goddamn words to my big ass. All right. Edward O says Woodward is overrated AF. Then call him out. Call him out. Call for his firing. Dorian says, please quit with the GD, brother. I apologize. Chris English says 100. Preach. Doughboy says, tell the big podcast guy to put his money where his mouth is. Well, maybe I'm just a little small guy. The Golden Boot Pod says Tigers Avenue, and the Golden Boot Pod will gladly host the debate. I'm here to debate. But again, I've reached out to Mr. Collada and asked him to come on this show. I'll go anywhere. He wants me to come in person. I'll do whatever I got to do. When you call out somebody's character and then you refuse to come on somebody's show, when they call you back out, I ain't about that life, dog. Because the streets where I come from, you're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. You want to talk behind my back, but you don't want to talk to my face. You know what we call that? Petty. Roderick Dugas says, Blake, you need to fix that hat. F the hat. Guys, I'm on one. All right. I don't really know how to transition. I didn't go to media school, y'all. Didn't go to media school, so I really don't know. Edwardo says Mulkey wanted to come home. Kelly wanted a championship, and money talks. And who wouldn't want to coach LSU baseball? Guys, quite honestly, the only thing that I keep hearing is Will Wade was a recruiting genius. Well, the only thing that I know is that Mac McMahon, facing sanctions, just got KJ Williams to legitimately commit to his program. Oh, by the way, he's not done yet. So is Will Wade really a good recruiter? And does it matter about the 5 stars if you can't get out of the round of 64? Will Wade has a lot of you wrapped around your thumb. And it's time to get over it. The indication about Ed O that I made on Monday with 10 draft picks is not going after his character. And quite honestly, guys, Ed Orgeron didn't leave. Ed Orgeron, for the crying out loud, the blondes, the protest, the losing. You know what he didn't get? Multiple level 1 violations on the NCAA. The NCAA, sure, is a joke. Yeah, they're a joke. But there's law and order in this country, and which makes it, in my opinion, the best country in the world. Guys, freedom of speech. One day, I opened up a laptop and had a snowfall, whatever the F word you want to call that microphone, and started this business. Freedom of speech is how we grew this. The First Amendment in this hoe. I'm a hack. No, it looks, hey, because apparently Will Wade's pissed off at me. But Will, I just want to say this too. Will, before you get pissed off and start saying something about me, I remember a really good story about Fat Boy's Pizza that you don't really want to talk about. You want to throw the stones, you better come like Mike Tyson in this bitch, because I'll throw all of them. 1-800-756-2221. If you look it up, it's the NCAA's front office of compliance. My number's right here, dog. All right. We will transition on this one. All right. Let's do this very quickly. I do want, and I don't want to put him in the spotlight. So the views, as Pooh Bear would say on the Golden Boot podcast, shout out to the Golden Boot, who will be doing their show at 8:15. We'll let Zach tell you when, I don't know when Tigers Avenue is doing their podcast. But Zach, do y'all have a kind of a write-up, I say write-up, but a mock-up of Mr. Frazier's brother, the tight end, the grad transferred? You have that ready to go? No? Okay. Well, can we find out a little bit about him, and we'll go that far. We'll just get to a couple comments. I just want name, height, weight, where's he coming from? That's what I need. Todd Landry says Will Wade was good at paying players. He known in college basketball circles as a top 5 paying coach. It's true. It's true. Wallace Bourne says, Blake, you're gangster, bro. You keep it real. Pooh Bear, thumbs up or thumbs down? Am I a gangster? Pooh Bear's giving me a thumbs middle. Come on, bro. I need street cred in this thing. Pooh Bear, you literally know that you could give me, I could be at a 4 in street cred, or I could go up to a 9 by a thumbs up or thumbs down. You know, don't gladiator me. You know, remember on Gladiator when he was doing this and he does the thumbs down? Don't give me the thumbs down. Joe says, can't imagine my job being going to cover some of the Eric Gilbert or Elias Ricks. Shower at night, please, to get the funk off of me. I mean, look, guys, it's not it. We didn't report or talk about Elias Ricks because I don't think getting arrested is funny. You can go back and talk and look at. We don't talk about players or people getting arrested. I didn't say anything about Pete Golding getting arrested for his second DWI, did I? It's not, guys, being placed in handcuffs and going to jail is not funny. Driving drunk isn't funny to me. Okay. Kenny says, in the long run, we will like Coach Matt McMahon more than Coach Will Wade. Look, I mean, you got to be honest in what he's doing. I mean, he's got sanctions hanging over him, players leaving, and they are returning. I mean, shout out to Coach McMahon. Guys, God forbid that this team doesn't get a postseason ban. I really hope that they don't. Wade McBride says, get Coach JB. He has no problem going hard on some Rudy Poos. Coach JB was great last night. Pooh Bear said, North Carolina A&T. Oh, and we got an HBCU hour at 8:15 coming up. 6'5", 245 pounds from NC AT&T. No stats. Well, okay, well, hopefully my man can block because it sounds like he can't catch. I don't mean that in the wrong way, but you should see on our back, in the back of our production, Pooh Bear's got ... no stats ... Shout out to him though, bro. Shout out to him. Welcome to the team. I love it. Dandy Thompson says, I'm just glad Matt wanted to step into this situation. Dandy, I think you bring up a very good point. Look, man, it takes a special person to do what he's doing. Guys, he could easily fail at this. And I know that he has, an $8 million buyout or something like that, $8 or $9 million. Guys, $9 million to LSU is nothing. If he failed, I know he got a 7 or 8 year contract. I understand that. But if Matt McMahon doesn't have success, you really think that Scott wouldn't pull the trigger? But I think that he's going to have success. One thing I know for sure that he's bringing here is an offense. Like, instead of isolation, this ain't 2K, bro. You can't go down the field and press arrow button for isolation. You can't do that. That's not how you win ball games in this league. KMC says Isaiah Land decided to stay at FAMU. I did not see that, but I'm sure Pooh Bear and them were talking about it tonight. I would assume. Juice Washington says, with Mason Taylor coming in, are we good at tight end now? No. And look, so we'll talk a little bit of this recruiting. I do not believe, I don't believe that Miles Frazier's brother is going to take one of the 2 scholarships. Maybe he does. I don't know. Literally, when we came on, the news broke. I really don't know. I don't like Mason. Look, I'm not saying Mason Taylor can't come and play and give you some reps. I don't think that he is in a position where he's a Will Campbell. I still believe that Will Campbell is in a situation out of need and talent. Like, 2 things can be true at once. You need a left tackle. Guys, you don't have one on the roster. Will Campbell fills that position for you. I don't know if you're that dire of need to put Mason Taylor on the outside, on the interior line, on the outside with his hand in the dirt blocking Will Anderson. I don't know if he's ready for that. Maybe he is. He comes from a great bloodline. Shout out to his aunt. Good Lord. Shout out Joy Taylor. You know what I want? I want Joy Taylor to break down LSU football. Her nephew's on the team. As Shannon Sharp would say, them things are thangin'. All right. Brandon Reese says, hashtag Ask Blake. I saw on Twitter that a player named Malachi Lane committed to LSU for the 2022 class. Is that he is a walk-on? I believe so. I don't know that. Edwardo, you can go right on ahead and do so, sir. But, I mean, he attacked me this morning, so I'm returning the favor. But understand, I'm not going to continue to go back and forth with this. I've said my piece. But when you call out another man's character, you better be ready for the response. I'm not going to respond to people on Twitter. I'm not going to respond to people that are making fake Twitter accounts today trying to get under my skin. Bro, you started a Twitter account today and you're only following the Jordy Collada show. I wonder who that is. The Golden Boot Pod says, shout out to @KMC. We'll be talking about land tonight. Now, unfortunately, I don't really know much about him. Maybe I should have. Maybe that's my own ignorance for not knowing. But yeah, Zach Lee, our producer, says that he was not rated out of high school, transferred to Valdosta State in February, but like Pooh said, no stats. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's pay some bills. We got Alabama Hate Week. Guys, it is Alabama Hate Week. Shout out to Buddy Sonji, by the way, who called Paul Feinbaum the knee pads Feinbaum last night. I mean, buddy, dog, like you're 60. What you know about knee pads, buddy? Come on, buddy. Edwardo says, what time is y'all's show? I believe that Pooh Bear and them are going live at 8:15, if I'm not mistaken. The HBCU hour. I tell you what, man, Daniel and Ant, who are on there, when they debate and Pooh Bear just kind of Pooh Bear's manipulates, right? He manipulates. He gets under Ant's skin a little, and he'll say something like, Dan, you got big ass forehead, which then gets Daniel pissed off. And then Pooh Bear sits back like this, and Daniel and Ant go after it. And then here comes Chris. Hey, man, what about Devontae Adams? Oh, don't get me started, Zach, about y'all's podcast. The pastor getting mad at Ed Orgeron, bro, saying that he's running around with Mary Magdalene and everything. What do you want, bro? My son, Ben, everyone. Ben Rafino. What's up? You can't grab the microphone. Hey, are you ready for Daddy to get his new studio? Don't do that, bro. All right. What are you doing? You having a good time? Okay. Go find Mama. Hey, go tell Mama Happy Mother's Day. Go. Say bye. Go tell Mama Happy Mother's Day. Say, hey, give her a kiss and say this is from Daddy, okay? All right. Let's pay some bills around this thing very quickly. We'll be back. Let's talk about the Alabama Hate Week. Talk about our good friends over at Gramco, my good friends over the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Guys, I've got to talk to you about our good friends over at Gramco. They are the Delta 8 company based out of the state of Florida. They're founded by college football junkies just like you and I am not sure if you're familiar with Delta 8, but you need to be. Gramco is the absolute leader in this field, and they have phenomenal products that I just need to tell you about. First off is the Wake and Bake coffee that is absolutely spectacular. The gummies are as well, as they're the best in the market. So go to thegramco.com right now and use the promo code AYS25. That's thegramco.com, AYS25 promo code to get 25% off of your order. Jump on this fast, as it is perfect for holidays, anniversaries, and everyday use. Gramco is hemp-derived and completely legal inside of the state of Louisiana. No medical card is needed, and shipping is very discreet. You must be 21 years older to order. Again, that's thegramcode.com. Use that promo code AYS25.
By the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Whether you've been injured in an accident, you're preparing for a future with your estate planning, you're getting ready to close in on a real estate deal, or you're about to welcome a new addition through adoption into your family, or you're facing criminal charges, you need very experienced attorneys, and that is what the Drake Williams Law Firm will be able to do for you in navigating the legal system. The door to their cozy office in historic downtown Ponchatoula has been open since 1981. They have helped thousands and thousands of Louisiana families and individuals win cases, close on real estate deals, and regain that peace of mind. Their lawyers over at the Drake Williams Law Firm, Ernie Drake III, Ryan J. Williams, and Summer Vicnair, are very determined, compassionate, and dedicated to their craft. It's the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Give them a call today at 985-386-7600. Tell them your good friend Blake Rafino with AYS sent you on by.
Had a texter just text into the show and says, "Is Ben taller than Jordy?" Hey, man, you can't come after my character, bro. All right, so just want to clarify on some things very quickly. The tight end, N.J. Frazier Jr., basically what we were talking about, 6'5", 245, tight end wide receiver from NC, Carolina A&T, grad transfer. So good ad, but I sent out a text, preferred walk-on, ? During the break, and I got a response, yes. So I don't think it's going to be one of the two. But you add a tight end, man, that's huge. It's huge. And God forbid if he can play a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, if you need him, he's there. I still think LSU's got to go do something at tight end. Maybe MJ Frazier Jr. can do something. We'll see. But I don't think it's going to be a part of the two scholarships, because LSU would have tweeted out. But we'll see. I don't know if he is or not. Lamar Williams says the Drake Williams have an office in Baton Rouge. They are not. They're in Tangy, Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Shout out to our good friends over the Drake Williams Law Firm for being partners with us and with Mr. Chris Hilt. Okay, it's LSU Alabama Hate Week. Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. You know, we're probably going to need to bring Pooh Bear in here later on in the show, because he's a resident of the state of Alabama. I don't really care what sport it is. I don't care if it's ping pong. I don't care if it's golf. I don't care if it's baseball, football, hockey, table tennis. It doesn't really matter to me. When LSU plays Alabama, I am going to be there and attentive the entire game. I hope LSU skull drags Alabama. This has a lot to do with, obviously, because of the rivalry that was boosted and started from LSU football. I don't like Alabama. I hope LSU sweeps. But let's be a little realistic with this weekend series. Quite honestly, I don't think that there is a better or how do I want to say that? I don't know if there's a more talented roster. You know, maybe Tennessee's got a more talented roster. Okay, sure. But, guys, I talked to a baseball scout this week. Most of you know him. Most of you do not. But in just talking to him about talent, I don't think that LSU is in a situation where Alabama's going to out-athlete them, where they got more talent. They don't have a Dylan Cruz, a Jacob Berry, a K. Doty. Guys, Gavin Dugas is sitting the bench. A guy that hit, 18, 19 home runs last year is on the bench. You got Pearson absolutely tattooing the ball. You got Trey Morgan, probably the best defensive first baseman in the country. Hell, if we're being honest, if he played the outfield, he's probably even the best first baseman in the country, maybe the best outfield, one of the better outfielders that you will see. We got to see what he does with his arm. We'll see. I hope LSU gets the sweep. The more that LSU takes these weekend series, they take this weekend, they take Ole Miss, they take Vandy. Guys, you're going to be in a top 8 seed. You're going to have LSU has a potential to host a super regional and a regional. They have that potential. I wonder what we're going to do on Saturday. I like Blake Money. I don't think Blake Money's a starting pitcher. I said that before the season. I'm glad that he lost all the weight. I'm glad that he looks good. I'm glad that he was able to trim down and all that kind of stuff. Sounds good. But it kind of feels a lot like Zach Hess to me, right? Like Zach Hess was not a starting pitcher. I don't know who you put in that Saturday role. No clue whatsoever. I don't think it's Blake Money, man. We'll see. All right, get into some of these comments. Jared, I think Jared, J-Reed. How about we call him JS on YouTube? Says, I agree, Buck Fama. Kenny says, Alabama has improved in baseball, but LSU should take 2 out of 3. I don't disagree. I fully agree with all of that. Fully agree with all of that. There's no reason why LSU should not win the series. I mean, look, you got Grant Taylor. I mean, do you move Dutton up in the rotation? I don't. Do you give Ty Floyd another chance? I hadn't, probably not, but you gotta figure something out. Paul says on Facebook, get them, Blake. You are 100. I appreciate that. Juice Washington says your street cred stamped, OG. So what up now, Pooh? Shit. What up now, Pooh? Juice says my street cred's on point. Kind of makes me feel good. No, Frazier Jr. Brandon does not come from NC State. He does not come from NC State. Carl the Cat Dunn says funeral chicken for the Battle of Italians. Bro, y'all don't know nothing about no funeral chicken. I was born in funeral chicken. Actually not. By the way, Publix is expensive as hell. I mean, it was good. It was worth it. But my God, are they bro, they had like boiled eggs you could buy, like I'm like, oh, cool. You don't have to boil the eggs. Like $7.99 for 4 boiled eggs. I mean, what's the chicken doing? Is it keep? I mean, I can't, maybe at AYS after dark, we could talk about what that chicken's doing to that egg. I mean, God dang, $7.99 for some eggs. Father Matthew Hebert, look at Father Hebert's profile picture. He's got the sleeve on. It looks like he's playing some baseball. Look at the eye black. Damn, Father Hebert, I see them calves. Got bigger. Never mind. I'll say it. You got bigger calves than I ain't gonna say it. You're a father. I need some help. He says the only guy that has multiple pitches who can start is Riley Cooper, in my opinion. I don't disagree with that, man. But what about Mikael Hilliard? Bro, somebody put some respect on Mikael Hilliard's name for once. Dude, Mikael has come out and been your Friday night guy and has done really well. Really well. Put some respect on that man's name. Darren says, I'm going to sound like a pompous ass Bama fan in football. LSU should never lose to Bama in baseball when it counts. Screw Bama. I agree. Al Landry says, must have been Pooh Bear chicken laying them. Maybe so. Maybe so. Chris Barnhill says Hilliard is the 2 MVP. Look, man, I really think that let's call a spade here. I think you could make the argument that LSU baseball turned around when Mikael went to Friday nights. Guys, if you get a win on Friday night, it's a big boost. He's been hit a little bit. But the good thing is he's giving you a solid 5-6 innings. You can bring in Raiselman, you can bring in Gervais, and they can lead you to it. Yeah. Versus he says, you got exposed, bro. Well, I would tell you, why don't you rewind the episode and then make your opinion? I got exposed. Versus, hey, I didn't report the shit. Colin Post did. Ed O fight allegedly, Lincoln Riley affair. Ed O had a caller call in about a blonde. They played it after LSU deleted it, by the way. They went and found it. FBI wiretap, witch hunt that was actually true. Believing players about having girlfriends on the sidelines during practice. So you can believe players saying Ed O didn't do it, but what you can't do is you can't believe somebody who's hired on 247 staff. Huh. Interesting. You don't know that kid. Guys, you have no idea who that kid is. You don't know if he's telling the truth or not. I know Tony Benford's on that staff. Oh, Tony Benford's mad because Will Wade fired him. The reason he fired him is because he got further than what Will Wade ever could. Guys, your interim coach got to the Sweet 16. We're getting out. Dude, we're getting beat by a whole bunch of white dudes from Iowa State called the Cyclones. That hit me in like a cyclone. She make me want to do it all night long. That's the mascot, Iowa State. A bunch of white dudes dunking in your face because you don't want to play. Afton Reed, the 5-star, right? Big recruiting. I got something out for Will Wade. No, I don't want my head coaches getting level 1 violations and getting fired for cause. Maybe, just maybe, take the fucking blinders off. Pierce Lee says, oh, let me just say this. I get that we're getting real. Guys, we got to change as fans and media. Take them off. You're doing nobody any good. Will Wade's not going to be here anymore, guys. You got to face the penalty. The fan is the person that actually gets hit the worst. You understand that, right? LSU's got a shit ton of money. They can pay, and LSU basketball can be in dookie water. It doesn't matter to them when they're getting paid $50+ million a year to have a TV deal. We're complaining about young men getting paid money through NIL. Edward O says Iowa State did make a nice run. Let's not act like they sucked. We got 3 5-stars on the floor. Kenny says Gump still gloat about 28-2 while ignoring what happened in Omaha that same year. I always tell them that 28-2 is as relevant as 9-6 LSU. Huh. It's a good point. Pierce Lee says, just saw the Chris Hilton, AYS, Drake Williams law firm NIL deal. Zachary, stand up. Shout out to Zachary. Great program. I got to tell you, man, I love the Hilton family. Great, fantastic people. Great and fantastic family. Great and fantastic people. And Chris is going to be an amazing talent. Tyson says, let's talk football, but bot bullshit like Will Wade. Okay, we can talk football. Let's talk about this. I mentioned this earlier, so we can end it here, and then we'll bring in Pooh Bear and Zach. I took a lot from what Mike Jones Jr. said last night, right? About their offseason, about the accountability in the SWAT teams. Bro, I don't remember. I don't know if the team was like this when Les Miles was here. Like, maybe they were a little bit. Do y'all ever give me a thumbs up or thumbs down in the comment? Do you ever really remember an offseason where a team talked about discipline and accountability this much? Because I really don't. I really don't remember a time that happened. Guys, having accountability and having discipline is going to translate on the field. I said my thoughts on Monday. I'll say it again. There is absolutely no excuse. Like, legitimately and zero, no excuses. Guys, you got to have 8 wins next year. Now, it could change if you get injuries, if things don't come together, you're in a transition year. I get all that. But what are we going to do when we have another 10 draft picks? You know, what's funny is even if Brian Kelly has success, right? Like if Brian Kelly goes out here next year and wins 10 games, goes 10-2, God forbid he goes 11-1 and competes in the college football playoff. You know what they're going to say, right? Oh, but Blake, that's Ed Orgeron's recruits. Guys, I get what you're saying with that. Like I get it. Winning a national title in a season, it's winning a national title in a season. And when we continue to hear from players over and over and over again, guys, we have Mike Jones on this show every single week. And I take his words, I'm not going to say as gospel, but the kid is electrifying when Mike Jones is in front of a microphone. He is electrifying. He is a face of a franchise type of player. You don't have to worry about anything when Mike Jones is at the microphone. Ever. Like ever. So yeah. Rico Delgado says, I missed the guy's Jordy rant. Was it short? I just caught that. God bless it. Chris Barnhill says accountability left LSU football when Nick Saban got on the plane and took the Miami Dolphins job. Look, man, I feel you. I think LSU, look, we can talk, and we're going to talk a lot of scheme, and you guys know around May 20th, we start touring the SEC. We go to Florida. We go to A&M. We go to Arkansas. We go to Mississippi twice. Guys, we got to make 2 stops in Mississippi to talk about the SEC. We go to Tennessee. We go to Kentucky. So our SEC tour will be starting very soon. Guys, outside of Alabama, I might clip this. Outside of Alabama, talent for talent. I don't think at position groups you can say LSU is outmatched at a lot of positions. Now, in the beginning of the spring, I said that they were, but we didn't see Tremont Shorts. We didn't have Miles Frazier. We didn't have Mekhi Garner. We did not have Mekhi Wingo. We did not have Jared Bernard Converse. We didn't have Seven Banks. All name team, by the way. Hey, what's your name? Oh, what's up? Man, I got 7 Banks. All name team, bro. We'll see. All right, let's bring in the dynamic duo. Guys, are you ready to come on? Are you okay to come on? All right. So our producers, Mr. Pooh Bear and Mr. Zach Lee. Gentlemen, I'm not going to ask you about your thoughts on the first part of the show, but what's happening? What's going on?
Sorry.
Pooh Bear is clearing something out in there.
It was all the smoke in here.
Is that right?
He brought the smoke.
Well, you know, Pooh, I just got to say this, man. Don't put my credibility on the line. But for you guys, let's move on from that.
I understand when people call you out. Tony Weaver, you draw on your beard. Don't be talking about the 251.
No, bro.
Listen,
no,
hey, don't be disrespectful. It was a lot of people in here from 251. Well, representing 251 in here too. So,
so we had a commenter disrespecting the 251.
We had Tony Weaver, Mr. Cowgirl himself, disrespecting. You know, hey, don't let me talk about Kirk Cousins over there. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna say what do they call Dak Prescott, Pooh?
They call him the Black Kirk Cousins.
Bro, I mean, that's just so awful, but kind of true in a way.
A man got traded, according to Chris, the resident expert on talent, a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL got traded for a 5th round pick because he called Dak Prescott a Black Kirk Cousins.
Amari Cooper's not top 5. I mean, D-Hop. I mean, we're not going to have to go down them, but Hey, did you like my call out on Chris earlier? You know, you playing in the background, the Golden Boot Pod. You know, look, you stirred the pot.
Mm-hmm. He definitely does.
Oh, so here we got some smoke here. What do you mean by that, Zach?
No, I love it. I love it. I love how Pooh Bear starts. the
Oh,
pod.
so you're gonna back off now? You're gonna back
No,
off?
no,
Oh, I
I'm,
like what
I'm
Mr. Pooh
agreeing.
Bear says.
I love it.
Hey, I don't know. If y'all think I stirred the pot, come on down to the Golden Boot Podcast. We'll be airing tonight at 8:15 HBCU hour. Let's see this pot get stirred.
Pooh Bear, forgive me, my ignorance. The gentleman from FAMU, going back,
he is. I don't know if this is a stretch, but he has Darius Leonard type numbers. That the same kind of numbers Darius Leonard had at South Carolina State, and that was one thing that they were looking at. If he goes to a Power 5 school and has double-digit sacks again, like he's been averaging, he may be first round pick. That was supposed the reason why he put his name in the portal, but I think he backed off of that. So, or as we saw, thanks to
any NIL deals for that or
so I'm not sure. I have to look into it. I have to reach out to Miss Love. Shout out Miss Yards out HTX. She's all over the like HBCUs and NIL deals. I have to reach out to her and see if she knows anything about it. But yeah, it's kind of the same information we receive on like the Power 5 side. We don't necessarily get that much on HBCU side.
I feel you. Something we were talking about earlier. Edward O says Todd McShay also has 7 banks going pick number 17 in this year's draft, this upcoming draft. So, guys, just kind of going around talent-wise. I mean, look, this team's talented. Okay, we'll see. Zach, I'll kick it over to you. Matt McMahon and LSU baseball. Shout out Will Wade. Anyway, Matt McMahon getting KJ Williams. He's recruiting really well.
Yeah, I have to agree. And I do agree with you. I think if you're an LSU fan and you're still on the Will Wade topic, you need to move on because hashtag McMahon makeover, he's taking over. And, I mean, you get a guy in KJ Williams and not to mention all the other players that he's brought in. I mean, come on. You got to be on the Matt McMahon train.
I see little Pooh Bear Jr. in the background. What's up, little Pooh Bear Jr.?
He wants to show y'all his golden boot shirt.
Okay, I dig
available in kid size on the merch site.
So hold on very quickly, Pooh. I do have to ask you a question because I do have some sources. It's been relayed to me that you guys are selling some merch, but here's the thing. You have different colored bikinis for the moms on Mother's Day. That's what I hear. Is that confirmed?
We do. So it's the strings in the bikinis. You can get them in different colors. Most
so the G strings are what you can get in different colors.
Some people prefer nude.
Okay.
Nude coloring.
Oh, I can see. See, I'm right there with you.
We have something for everybody. I mean, listen, the bikinis aren't just for those moms. You have people. Daniel from the Golden Boot. He's modeled the bikini.
On his forehead or on his body?
I don't know. We have to ask his wife. But he told me it fits great. So yeah. And by the way, the shirts, they do have stretchable neck holes. Daniel told me that too. So his head can get through there. But yeah.
All right. Let's get off of Daniel's head because we know that he can't do anything about it. Zach, LSU baseball this weekend. You think they're taking 2 or 3?
I do think they're taking 2 or 3. I don't know if they get the sweep. It might be tough, but I think they get 2 of 3.
Awesome. Guys, it's been an amazing week. We'll be here this weekend. Hey, guess what? One step closer to moving into the new studio. One step closer.
Hey.
So things might look a little bit different on Saturday. Not too much yet. We still got a lot to do. But nevertheless, guys, my name's Blake Rafino. This is Are You Serious Sports. We hope that you guys make it a good one. We know that we did tonight as well. Just keep my name out your mouth. Put some respect on my name. We'll see you soon. Y'all have a good night. Peace out, Girl Scouts.